With the power of passion, I'll protect everyone!
Cleef is a Knight-type summoner with outstanding skills to protect his allies. Cleef faces the enemies at the front line of the battle with his high survivability. Cleef quickly rushes into the middle of the enemies using his blunt weapon, provokes them, and grants various buffs to his allies. Depending on the attribute, Cleef's first skill can push back enemies or stun them, or recover a portion of his HP lost by airborning the enemy. He can reduce damage taken by team members, increase the monster's defense and resistance, and has various passive skills to protect his allies. Meet Cleef, the summoner armed with fortitude and humor.
You need a warm heart.
Kina is a support class summoner who can heal and empower allies. Kina uses a hammer as her main weapon to cast special recovery spells. She can attack enemies within the area and recover allies' HP at the same time, and also help allies in grave danger by granting a high amount of recovery and immunity. Kina's third skill can recover a high amount of HP depending on the weapon, and reduce the cooldown of beneficial effects. She has lots of skills that are specialized for supporting allies. Meet Kina, the cute but powerful summoner.
It is time.
Orbia is a magician-class summoner who deals powerful ranged area of effect attacks. Orbia uses her main weapon, the staff, to fire magic projectiles to attack the enemy, and she casts spells that reduce the enemy's defense. Depending on the attribute, Orbia's second skill can freeze the enemy, apply burn by spraying flames, or launch a long light ray to deal critical damage. She can deal powerful damage to enemies within the area, and use various passive skills to protect the allies. Meet Orbia, the summoner with bewitching skills and charms.
Welcome yet again to another Chronicles stream. And this week we got a special guest right above me. We got the one and only whycuzimag. How you doing today?
Hello, everybody. What's going on? Doing good, doing good.
All right, all right. I mean, it's nice Friday out. I think it's time for some brawling. What do you say, Pat?
Yeah, we could do a little couple friendlies here.
Yeah, so I mean, I guess while we're opening up the Brawl Arena room, you know, we can offer you guys some tips. I know whycuz is a plethora of like advice for all the new players coming into PvP. For me, I just pick my top 3 strongest, and you know, I pray for the best. Hope they don't ban the other ones.
I mean, that's basically what it is. I mean, the game right now is circled around pretty much, you know, your, I would say 5 or 6 meta picks that constantly get contested over, and then outside of that is if your account has any kind of special LDs or things like that, or you know, special mini strats you might have that work for your account.
Oh dang,
What's
we got
up,
Stoic in the chat. What's up?
We got Shimmy. What's up, Shimmy?
Man, we got a couple names I recognize in the chat. Nice, welcome everybody. So if you guys want to hop into the chat, feel free to hop into whycuz's room and try to dethrone him from the Brawl Arena. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not that good, so it's not going to take much.
Who's
whycuzimag G2 is my alt, Piggles. That's my alt. whycuz no G is my main. whycuz G2 is my alt. This is a Cleef main. The other one's an Orbia main.
Oh, nice, nice. So I guess for the people joining you, like, I know it's a big jump from Challenge Arena to Brawl Arena. Like, what would you consider as like the big step that most new players have to kind of overcome with Brawl Arena?
I think more so, like, just even hearing it through my guildies that don't PvP as much and things like that. I think the biggest thing to overcome is the fear of it. There's nothing to lose. You know what I mean? Just queue, do the best you can, and then go from there. But it takes practice, and the only way to really get practice is nicely that there is friendly battles nowadays, and you can watch your favorite streamers that PvP a lot on stream. And then outside of that, you just got to be in there. You know what I mean? You can watch all the streams you want. You can do all the practice you want. But until you're in the actual games, feeling the actual heat, you won't get the experience otherwise.
For sure, for sure. I feel like, personally, like, equipment's also kind of a big deal with it. Would you consider just kind of waiting until you have the right equipment, or just kind of get the practice in first and then build up that experience?
I mean, a little bit of both, but you're going to see after these friendlies, and I'll show you guys some of the runes and stuff, and hopefully give you guys a little bit of motivation to actually farm runes. And, there is a big difference. The gear does make a big difference. The runes make a huge difference. So you really have to put in the legwork if you want to, do well.
Kalim says, have you ever run into an actual 5-star that's either light or dark via the Mystic Scrolls? I'm pretty sure you've run into a couple, right?
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, LD 3s and 4s happen all the time. My LD 5s from Mysticals, I've gotten, between the two accounts, I think I've gotten three total from Mysticals.
Yeah. More than me.
That's a lot of Mysticals though, man. A lot of Mysticals. But it only takes one, you know what I mean? It only takes one technically. So, what's up, Jerry?
Man, you got a lot of people in the chat today. You got Tukia bringing them from Zelda over to Chronicles. Nice. You got AZN452 asking to buff a bunch of monsters. Christian
Pickles,
Marcello.
I've gotten a lot of LD packs in the past, but these new ones that just dropped, they are pretty good. I haven't gotten around to getting them yet, but I will.
Christian Marcello, in regards to the March first week of May for global, that's more on the global timeline. We're not entirely sure of that, but once we find out more information, I can drop that into the chat for you later on. Yeah, we're more of the NA crew timeline, right? So we know primarily more of that rather than like the global timeline. Dage is in the chat. Nice.
Out of all those buffs and nerfs I see in chat, the only one I see that makes sense is the buff Kina.
That's true, buff Kina. I feel like Kina definitely needs that buff. I almost said nerf. El Sharion mana cost. Please fix.
Yeah, there's a couple units that have too much mana cost. El Sharion being one.
I think that's
Veramos
the issue, though, right?
Veramos is overcosted too, but they are buffing him, so I don't know. He might be okay after that buff that they're getting now.
Oh, Kalim got the Light Oracle. Nice. Let's give him a high five for that one. Jug, I forgot Kino was a summoner. But yeah, I feel like that's primarily the main issue, though. A lot of monsters have like ridiculous mana costs or just ridiculous cooldowns that just kind of take them out of meta contention, right?
Yeah, I mean, that's a big problem. The big part of it right now is the whole mana costing situation. It's hard to use because the game happens pretty fast nowadays, so a lot of your matches are decided really early on.
Yeah, especially like a lot of the monsters too have the mana refreshes, like Juno. Shout out to her.
These are two units here, the Taeon and the Purian, that not many people use because they are 3-star monsters, things like that. But they have a unique kit and ability that makes them shine. They do a lot of cooldown reduction.
Mm-hmm.
So it makes the skills come off cooldown a lot faster.
Piggles is asking, what LD 5-star do you recommend?
And like you could pick. Let me know if you could pick. I'll pick them all. I mean, the best right now, PvP wise, is going to be Eleanoa. Ikasha is good for Orbeez. Tianlang is good against Cleefs.
I did see Eleanoa popping off in the Discord earlier this week, so I was like, dang, okay. Maybe I'll have to try to pull for her. If not, I'll just cry and that's the fact I don't have her. Ooh. Oh man, my man's got the escapes too. I just realized it's two Cleefs fighting each other too.
Yeah, Young Nu is one of the more innovative players we have in the game for sure.
Oh yeah, Young Nu's like
one
a
of,
pretty
one of
strong
the
player, yeah.
One of the streamers you see a lot.
Ooh. Putting the pressure on. Ooh. Ooh, ooh. How is this man still living? Gee.
So Young Nu's one of the more common guys you'll see streaming. You guys should definitely check him out. He's got some great innovative ideas. Great player also. You could say he's one of the originators of the whole Taeon meta. When you guys asked earlier what's the best LD5 you recommend, it was Eleanoa, but Taeon and Period are like mini Eleanoas, so.
Oh wow. I'm free to play, but this game got me hooked. Hey, glad to hear it. True Poison. Hey, I'm surprised how long Young Nu lasted actually in that match. I feel like
Young Nu's a great player, man. Young Nu is actually a great player.
But it definitely looked like you had like the positioning advantage over him too.
I got a kill early on, so that helped a lot. If you look at the actual damage dealt, he did significantly more damage than I did, right? But I got the kills on his units a little early. So he was playing from behind the whole time. Had I not killed the units early, it might have been a much rougher game for me. Consider I didn't have a real healer. The only somewhat healer I had was Veramos. Versus he had a Wusa to shield. So it's it would have been a lot closer if I didn't kill things earlier.
Buff Nikki's second skill, 4 mana cost. What does Nikki do? I forgot.
Nikki's insane, dude. Nikki right now is top 5 for sure in terms of LDs.
Whew. And let's see. Barrel buffs that are coming look really crazy, says Deja. Everyone's saying Jug is best PvPer on the West.
I mean, this is the best PvP on the West right here. You guys see this guy? His name is DJ Luxac. He just spelled it wrong. DJ Luxac. But he's the best PvPer in the West. He's also the guild master of my guild, a longtime friend of mine. But yeah.
So usually when you're doing like the picks and ban phase, like what's your thought process?
Okay, so if you give Orbi a light, they're very likely going to kill your units first. If you give them dark or any other color, they might not target units. So you're very susceptible. If you don't have first pick and Orbia gets Galleon, you give them Galleon and light, you're going to run into some trouble. When you're fighting Cleef, light is a gap closer. The new water skill is really oppressive because it gives you the freeze.
Oh, I see they also first pick Galleon.
First pick, Orbi is always a first pick Galleon if they get first pick. I mean, it's either Galleon or Ariel for the most part. Oh, so much gas, bro.
This man's cooking.
Man, it's cooking.
Dang, Ban J cooking with the reasons why Nikki's top tier. Dang.
Pick the green one. Pick the green one. Pick the green one. Oh, yeah, pick the green one, bro. I'm missing the green one. Ay, ay, ay.
So what do you think of like this new ban pick process where you both ban one and then you ban one of your own monsters?
So it gives more advantage to the how do I word this? To the not as good player. Yeah, it gives more edge to the weaker player or the player with the smaller monster box because it allows like flexibility, right? Normally, if you pick like three, let's say you pick 2 fire units and the guy goes water, like you're already committed to being behind, you know? With this whole thing, like you actually, let me see what I'm banning first. Okay, guess I'm banning that. So you're able to pick a unit. Like, let's say you don't even want to use it. Or let's say he doesn't even want to use the Theo here. He gets to pick the Theo just to take it away from me and just self-ban it later, kind of thing.
Oh my god, that damage. Woo!
That's the best PvP on the east, right? On the west, right there for sure. He was just troll picking there, but
I know.
he's for sure
I blinked for 1 minute and like 3/4 of his health was gone.
Yeah, even all that, like the damage is insane, you know. So, but for sure, he's probably our perennial, our weekly rank 1 guy, I would say.
Asian452 says, "Show us Challenge Arena ranking. It's a wall of Tessarion."
I'll show you. I don't know if it's a Walter Sarian. I mean, it's not that hard to deal with Tessa. Tessa's really strong for sure in this game, but they did change archers to kind of target actually what's closest to them. So you can manipulate Tessas a little bit and archers a little bit like that. But the other way you deal with the Tessas is you just have to go water weapon first off. All right, Tessa. It's not that bad. More Limas everywhere. Well, a lot of Tessas, I guess.
Krazizan says, "Silverfang is strong counter to Tessa." Would you agree to that, or?
Silverfang for sure. I mean, because your assassins will always target archers and mages, unless they go, silly, which happens too sometimes. But yeah, I mean, Silverfang is actually a really, really, really oppressive unit right now. To be honest, all of the collab units, I think as of right now, besides maybe the Atomic Samurai, the rest of them are all actually really good. So they all have really good use. Like even Garu with the fear, Silverfang, super oppressive assassin. Because you don't have to build crit on him, he becomes very stat heavy. So it's hard to deal with Silverfang because a lot of the other assassins, like you need crit damage. You need solid HP, you need good attack, you need defense. You need accuracy, things like that cause you not to be able to make them too tanky, so they could die pretty easily. But Silverfang, because you don't need certain stats, you can make him beefier, and then because he's beefier, and the person can't deal with it within the first 5 seconds. After that, I mean, it's just a nightmare. I mean, right now, one of the most oppressive things in the game is Destroy runes. I'm sure you guys all seen that around in PvP. Destroy is super, super strong, super oppressive, and it's the reason for a lot of wins and losses is Destroy right.
So as a new player then, right, going into Brawl Arena, I'm assuming the top 2 runes you want to farm for now, like as starting off as a new player, are just the Blade and the...
So as a new player, you definitely want to start off with Rage Blade, because Rage Blade will then make your dungeons easier. So that's what you want to do first. Like you want to, make the rune farming faster, right? So you want to get a Rage Blade set for yourself. And then with at least 1 or 2 Rage Blade sets, you could farm the rest of the runes easier. Obviously, if you run a lot of support, you'll need a lot of energy runes, guard runes, things like that. And then the game right now is really, really wrapped around just destroy runes. Obviously, Despair is insane. It's a little harder to get, but Despair is an insane set.
Because I think Despair is Twisted Marsh, right?
The Twisted Marsh, and it has a dungeon for it, but it's just oh yeah, the Twisted Marsh, and then you have to just you can combine your runes for it. That's the other way to get it. Get lucky.
Hey, Salty, saw you. Oh, so Jug says give Baker a month for Atomic Samurai to like figure out where his place is in the game.
Atomic Samurai? I think he'll be okay. I think he's okay. I'm just saying out of this, they're all good. Just out of the 6, like he might be the weakest one. Not by any means is he bad.
But if you had to choose, which one's like your must pick of the collab monsters?
Right now, probably Silver Fang or Garu would be the most used ones.
Ooh, all right. Ooh, Agent says Genos. Jug Green, Garo OP. Looks like King Saber's been looking at the Korea patch notes. Apparently, Destroy Runes are also getting nerfed in Korea, so that might come our way. Not too sure. But I mean, since when have we delineated from the Korean patch notes in the future? Buff Garo passive because why not? I don't know if Garo needs that buff. And then Jug is asking if you got Inferno on tank.
Inferno on tank?
Yeah. I was making sure I read that right.
Yeah, he's tanky build. It's hard to build him tanky though. I mean, he's a 3-star, you know, so you need a lot of really good runes.
Oh, welcome Dominican87 or Dominicano87. Ooh, it's Zami Bob says, I love the game. Glad to hear you're loving the game. Hopefully, watching some of this Brawl Arena gameplay, it's a me Bob, encourages you to grind for that rank 1 spot. You know what would really be sick in this game though? I'd love to see weapon skins.
His Despair runes are doing work, and you can see the Destroy coming in now to play.
Yeah, oh my god. Oh.
But you see that the Destroy is working in the Despair, and his Fen Yang was stunning me like crazy. That's why a lot of my skills weren't going off. GG, Bakers. I mean, the damage output, he just has a lot of sustain because Kinas have a lot of sustain, but you see the damage output was not quite there.
It was almost there. I think he's hitting that right spot though. He's going in the right direction with it.
No, it's perfect. Yeah, exactly. No, it's like I said. He's not bad. He lasted till very late, like Jug pointed out. But out of the 6, he's probably the worst, or maybe Terrible Tornado, or one of the two. But I think he could be something. His kit's pretty interesting. He has a chance to, use abilities on top of abilities. So that's a big deal.
Someone said, "When are we getting Violent Runes?"
We're getting Violent Runes the day before I retire. Violent Runes in this game, the only thing I could see Violent Runes doing in this game would be to shorten cooldowns.
I can see that.
Skill accelerate, exactly. If it gave back cooldowns, it'd be too much, but to shorten would be okay.
Yeah. I think shorten would be good.
But it's, shortening skill cooldowns is pretty oppressive.
Yeah, that's true. God Gameplay says MXRAMX.
No, not God Gameplay. Just it's really strong account, strong runes. That's basically what it is. I mean, it makes a big difference. Like I said, after we're done with this, towards the end, I'll show you guys some of the rune builds and stuff like that. You'll see some of the runes, and hopefully it inspires you guys to, you know, farm and build runes like this so we can have more competition going forward in the future, you know, because right now we're pretty wrapped around fighting the same people. I mean, if you look at the ranking systems, like, it's basically, you know, everybody in my guild is, you know, quite near the top, or the whole top is kind of like, you know, controlled by the guys in our guild. And I mean, for one reason is like because we're most of the guys that PvP in general, like we're just PvP people in general. But like this is Guildy, me, Guildy. This guy's a very good player. I'm not even sure what guild he's in, but he's a very good player. Monster's always in the top 20 or so. I don't think he'll finish top 10. This is my alt. And then these are not. And then this is Guildy. This is Guildy. Guildy.
Yeah, you've definitely inspired
Guildy,
Piggles.
you know, so it's a big thing right now. So I mean, like I said, we want to get more competition at the top. Otherwise, we're going to end up just sitting here constantly fighting each other all the time. And that's basically what we do all week long, is we just fight each other all week.
Yeah,
and even though we fight each other, we're
inspired.
still sitting in like 25-minute queues sometimes, you know. So it's hard to get a lot of games in. Salty's gonna bully me on TV. Salty is another one of your streamers, guys. So check him out when you guys have time. But
Oh yeah, Mike
he's gonna
is also
he's gonna bully me on
interested.
stream now.
Yeah, Mike's also interested in your runes afterwards. So
Yeah, sure. I'll definitely show you guys some runes.
I mean, how many people in chat would actually be interested in like a tournament being held like on Discord, where we can set up like special rules for every round? You'd be like, use only slimes. All right, we got some interest in there.
Yeah, I think that'd be great. A little Discord tournament, maybe some streamers, some influencers, things like that. That'd be fun.
No 6-star runes and I'm in. That's why you gotta get the blade and rage runes, man. Farm those dungeons. Ooh. Is that a Beetle Knight on his side?
Yeah, Wind Beetle.
Oh, Richard Morales, welcome to the stream chat again. Can we import Sky Arena runes someday? I feel like that'd be too busted if that were the case.
Oh man, all those 9 years worth of farming.
Yeah,
A lot of
all
runes.
coming in. Devilmon are hard
Oh,
to come
my.
by. 3 months aren't enough to build a full arena team. Well, Starlight Lumi, there are new events that come out that we encourage you guys to do. Like this week, the guild requests event came out again. So once you do 20 guild requests, you get a free Devilmon. So I mean, that's one down and plenty more to come.
Oh, Salty's so strong. Salty's so strong. Why are you so strong, Salty?
Got my first quad speed the other day. Only 23 speed though since the 5-star. That's still not too
Salty's
bad.
so strong. Salty bullying me on TV.
Oh my god.
Salty, why you bully me on TV, bro? Thought we were friends, bro. Why you bully me on TV, man?
Oh, you got your big fan over here, Seishizo, #1 fan for Whycuz.
Oh, say Shizo, what's up, brother? I'm getting bullied on TV, bro.
Oh my god.
Oh, I got bullied. Salty, why you bully me, bro? Salty strong, bro. Salty bullied me.
Do you feel that speed is a
Wind
good
Beetle.
stat right now in Chronicles?
Speed?
Yeah.
You bullied me. Get out. Speed. For the units that have good auto attacks, extra stuff on their auto attacks is good. I think it's fine the way it is. I mean, there's really no other way to put speed into this game besides attack speed based on how the game works, because it's not a turn-based game. So it can't be the same as how speed is impactful in Sky Arena. But I think speed is a good thing where it's at. I don't think maybe you could try, like, if it wasn't capped, it might be interesting. If there was no cap on speed. Because there is a speed cap, there is a crit damage cap, obviously there's a crit rate cap. But if there were no speed cap, it might be something interesting to see. I don't know if it'd be good or bad, but interesting to see. Salty, bro. Always picking on me. Off stream, not enough. Got to do it on stream now. I see you, Salty. Salty, #1 bully. Bully Stark TV.
Ooh. So definitely, if you guys agree with Pat having no cap on the speed, or you have any other suggestions or feedback, toss that in the feedback form that we're going to be having out near the end of the stream.
Yeah, I don't know if it'd be good or bad, but it might be interesting because some of the units have funny animations. Like if they had a lot of speed, it'd be like extremely fast just for the lulz, I guess. Would be interesting.
I can just imagine like one of the units look like they're pimp slapping somebody.
It's funny because when the animation speeds up, it adds a lot more funny to it.
Dude, I'm honestly all for it. I just love seeing like all those funny animations too, man.
Yeah, the speed definitely affects it.
The Three Stooges style.
Yeah, something like that, exactly.
Let's see. Piggle says, thinking making the Devilmon from Battlefield a monthly purchase for every rank instead of a one-time purchase will help. Interesting suggestion, Piggles. Definitely toss that in.
The problem with that is, Piggles, if you do it like that, you could do it for every rank, which I think is fair. But what they should do is you can only buy one, no matter what rank you are. Because if you make it for every rank, then technically somebody like me that's a hero or whatever, I could buy, four Devilmons, 5 Devilmons a month. So it'd still make the lower guys fall behind, right? If you just make it one purchase for any rank, like just the minimum requirement, like, do 10 battlefields a week, and you could buy a Devilmon, then I think that's fine.
That would incentivize
but I think
me to play.
one for every rank would make way too many Devilmons.
There should be an established cap of power per monster among different ranks. That could balance the PvP and Brawl.
I mean, that problem with that is like that punishes the people that are actually working harder, right? Like my runes aren't stronger because, I didn't work for them, right? Yes, it takes some luck to power up runes, and it does take a lot of resources to gem and enchant your runes and stuff. But at the end of the day, the base of the rune comes from farming. I didn't just power up one rage rune and got, the perfect rune, right? I powered up like 20 before I got one that I use. You know what I mean? So it takes away from the guys that are working harder. So I'm not a big fan of that suggestion.
For your runes, do you use like the low-level gems in books, or do you like?
No, at this point, it's basically all purples. Some runes are legend worthy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But the whole thing is like the cost to make one legend book is like ridiculous, and then you have to hit the right stat. You have to hit a high roll on it. It's a lot easier said than done.
So you're more of a green book kind of guy?
I mean, we don't make green books anymore. It's definitely blue books, but
all right.
Blue and purples mostly. I mean, legend books are like a pipe dream. It's crazy materials to make stuff like that. I mean, you're really talking. Oh, I don't even know how much. I don't know how to explain how much it is to make one of these books, but it's wild.
I think Baker says if there's ever tournaments, all players should have maxed books and account level benefits for the tournament. Ooh, I don't know how I feel about that one too, right? Because that, like you said, it kind of punishes like the players that did put in the work for those books and stuff.
See, for one book, right? It's 100,000 to make 20 of these, right?
Oh my god, so much.
Then you need
monster book. Okay.
you need 100 of these. So that means you need 300 of these. Because you need 300 of these, that means you need to do 100 times 100k gold.
That's so much.
So that's 10 million gold. Like it's a lot. Everything's a lot. And then obviously you need these things. It's a lot to make one book. So most of you stay here because this only costs 25 craft tools.
Mm-hmm.
So you're usually in this area. I mean, if you have like the ultimate altar rune that you're never ever gonna change, it's okay to try and chase like a legend enchant or a legend galaxy stone. See, the galaxy stone's even harder than the book because the book is, you got at least offensive books, defensive books, utility books. This could be anything. So like this is like really, really a pipe dream to hit like,
yeah.
Let's say I want HP percent. Like this is like a dream. You know what I mean? What would you do? Consider as high stats for runes? I mean, it depends what kind of rune it is, right? Like if it's like all right, I'll give you some examples. Like something like this. This is a triple roll and crit damage and a single roll and crit rate, right? So it's a pretty solid rune. This is a triple roll and crit damage. Is a purple rune. That's a whatever rune, but obviously your 2, 4, and 6s are going to be a little bit more flexible because you have to be a little more generous on them because it's really hard to get a 2, 4, 6 rune. And then in terms of like tanky runes and stuff like that, find an example of a good one. Hold on, those aren't really that good because Ariel's not really used that much. You want obviously for your tanky runes, you're looking for like the triple rolls, double rolls, triple rolls, quad rolls of HP if you can, defense. So there's really like it's hard to say what a bad rune is. The only thing is like it's really right now it's really 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 expensive to power up runes. So try and power up stuff that try and be a little picky when you power up and don't just go, oh, let me plus 12 this rune. Like if you do it that way, you're never gonna have enough gold to sustain it. But like stuff like this with triple HP, right? It's a rage rune, right? But triple HP is still really solid rune here.
Let's see.
And this is another
Piggle
blade with
says,
triple, yeah.
Which runes do you think are the most overused right now in the meta?
Overused? I mean, because Rage Blade is farmed so much, everybody's going to have like Rage Blade runes. And just because they're Rage Blade doesn't mean it can't work for units like this, So where it's still super tanky, right? 111k HP. Pretty good defense. But then still crit damage because of the Rage Blade, right? Not on a crit. It is on a crit damage rune, but even on not crit damage, you can get close to this, just because of the set bonus and stuff like that. So, I mean, Rage Blade is probably the most commonly seen runes out there. But energy and guards are very important. And then destroy, of course. Destroy's, pretty much all units have a little bit of destroy on them at this point. Especially as cleave, because cleave, damage output is not that high compared. I mean, it's not low, but it's not as high as, Orbi is and stuff like that. So destroy helps a lot, right? So you're fighting somebody, instead of them having 60k HP, if they're destroyed, they're fighting with 30k. And then from 30k, you could do a lot to try and kill them. Obviously, despair runes are really important.
Janetta TV on YouTube says hello, and Lobergez says, I wish I had the Ifrit Darkness.
If there's any unit you guys want to see, Dark Ifrit is really not that good right now. He has insane runes, which is why it makes it look like he's doing a lot of work. But I personally haven't lost to Dark Ifrit, But with the next patch, like the patch Korea is getting right now, which is obviously we'll get it at some point soon, hopefully. They're buffing Veramos. They're changing his passive, so Veramos will then, if nothing else changes and only his passive does what it says it's going to do, because, translations are always a little funny. But if the passive does what it says it's going to do, then Veramos is going to be top tier.
And then Piggle says, can you show your Feng Yan?
Feng Yan, okay. Units like this that are not picked that much aren't going to have the greatest runes. So, but again, Feng Yan's got to be on Despair, obviously, because his circle. it hits 14 times, I believe. So that's 14 chances to stun. So Despair is definitely a build for Fen Yang. If you're lucky enough to have Tian Lang, Despair is definitely Tian Lang. Eleanor is super impressive. What's up, Ace? Rework Dusky. Dusky's terrible. I have a Dusky. I can agree with you there. I have a Dusky. Dusky is, in fact, very terrible. I don't even know if terrible is the right word. I don't know what he does, you know? He's here somewhere. We'll find him. Dusky. Right here. I mean, his kit is just weird. Like, a lot of his stuff doesn't work without having shields. So he kind of needs, like, an activator to activate. But we've had somebody actually full build him, high book him, full awaken him and test him. And
oh, God.
he's not good. Because, like, 6 guys in my guild have him, and not good. Although, the light version is my most wanted, alt especially. I think Misty is top tier.
Everyone's agreeing.
Misty has armor break, attack buff, buff steal, beneficial block. Like, he's 10 units in one, you know. So I think Misty's top tier. That's actually my most wanted on my alt. Win these skill ups, pretty much, Aiden. Win these skill ups. Aiden is the guy that tested it, by the way.
Oh, God.
Yeah, Dark Beetle's also another one that I have that's not good. I mean, the Dark Monkey wasn't that good, but he's actually pretty good now after the buff, and he's actually pretty solid. This guy's not good.
What about your Shan?
Well, Shan? How am I gonna get one, bro?
Oh, you don't have one? I thought you had Shan.
You got a code for me, bro?
Well, sorry, Asian. He didn't got Shan.
Arta's okay. This guy's not very good. I have Julian, who's also not good. He's somewhere here. Right
Ryan
here.
Fell says, what did they buff with Monkey? I wouldn't know because I don't have him either.
Okay. They added this where if right here, if damage is increased if the target is stunned, and they added it applies defense down and stuns if level 4 defense down is up. So level 4 defense down or more is up. So basically this skill, I'll show you. So this skill, it AoEs one area multiple times. I can't show you without having monsters. Loading. So this skill AoEs one area multiple times, and it stacks defense armor break. And then once armor break is stacked past 4, it'll stun. And then they made it that when it stuns, it does more damage, right? So they added a stun, and then they added more damage stuns, but it has a stun built in once the defense break hits 4. You see? So you saw a 6 defense break, and then it was stunned. So that's what the buff that made him pretty good was. It's always been good for stacking armor break, but he's basically just a super armor break unit. He doesn't really do anything else. But his skill 3 now, because they added the stun mechanic and then made it do more damage with stun, made it really, really strong. Or much stronger than before.
Everyone's complimenting your damage right now.
It's okay. I mean, it's again, when you say the damage, again, that comes into, like I said, hopefully I can inspire you guys to, you know, farm runes and things like that, because that's where the damage comes from, right? There's no other way to get that kind of damage besides really just farming and making the best out of your runes. You guys want to see the monkey's runes? They're like this. Sun Rage Destroy, obviously, because it multi-hits in one area. You want to mostly focus your destroy runes on things that multi-hit. But this is the monkey stats. He's a little squishy, inadvertent, like innately he's squishy, so you have to invest a lot into defense and HP. to get him to where he is. So you see runes like this: defense, HP, crit, and then you got crit rate, and then it's a little defense here. That rune's not great. This rune's okay. Attack, HP, defense. Heavy defense here. These heavier gems and books, right? Heavier crit damage books. Heavier crit damage books. So you see all the books, they're not, your run-of-the-mill, blue or green books. These are all higher level books for the most part.
Yeah.
And then that's how you maximize the stats, onto things like that.
He says you're showing the sauce. Free trial has ended. And then Pickles is asking for tips for BOL gains if you're trying to save scrolls.
Tips for...
I'm assuming BOL means Breath of Life.
I mean, there is no... do guild quests that give Breath of Life? I don't really know what else there is. Oh, this is the tip here. This is the best thing you could do every day if you have no Breath of Life. Look for these secret dungeons that are open like this. Right? You go in, and then you get 150, 160, 180, something like that. Let's see. There we go. I get 120 Breath of Life per run. You can do it up to 10 times a day. So that's probably the best way to get Breath of Life if you don't have the monster pieces. Obviously, if you have the monster pieces, then exchange is the best way. This is how you get Breath of Life.
Yep, my best friend.
That's how you get Breath of Life. Over here with these, you usually do EXP pots. And these, same thing, EXP pots. But this is the best way to get Breath of Life if you do summon some. If you really, really don't summon much at all, then the only other way to really get it is going to be... the best way to get it for sure is the secret dungeon.
Let's see, I didn't even know that, the secret dungeon ones.
Yeah. 10 a week. 10 a week. 10 a week. Yeah, it is 10 a week, right? Because I it's funny, Deja, every time I do it on a Sunday night. So another little secret to popping secret dungeons is if you pop them at Sunday night, they count towards Monday as a new week. Because when you pop it lasts like 24 hours. So if you pop it Sunday night, you'll get it for Sunday and Monday. So it's kind of another thing you could do with secret dungeons. If you want to help people get Breath of Life or monster pieces, things like that. Does anybody else want a friendly battle or... Yeah, it counts twice, Deja. Yeah, that's how on my alt, that's how I got Lulu. Because I popped the secret dungeon and you can get 5 pieces when you're supporting. So I had a Lulu of my own, I had 10 pieces. A Shushu, sorry. Shushu of my own, I had 10 pieces. Then I popped another one to do the supports on. And I did the 5 supports Sunday night, and I did 5 supports Monday morning. And I got the 20 pieces for Shushu. Coming? I don't want to fight you. Go away. Go bully somebody else.
Just made him sad. Still haven't summoned my own Shushu dungeon. Honestly.
So on this main account, I got so many Shushus because what happened was I was trying to get the Dark Cowgirl at the time because at the time Dark Cowgirl went through Endure or whatever, and you needed that for the special expedition. So I wanted to get a Dark Cowgirl so bad. So I was popping SDs every day pop. I could never get it. I had Shushu 6 out of 7 days in a row. And because I got it so much, I didn't go in. Because I was pissed off that it wasn't a Dark Cowgirl. Then all of a sudden I discovered that Shushu's a god. So then I was like, I literally missed out on all these free Shushus. And then also I'm trying to pop the Shushus. And that's when Cassie was changed already. And I kept on getting Cassie. No Shushu. It took forever for me to get Shushu after that. Because I gave up. I had 7 Shushus in the first 10 days.
Got Lynn probably close to 20 times in SDs.
Yeah, Lynn's another pretty common one. But I literally went from all Shushus to all Cassies.
Oh, I see you already got the light ban. Oh, but he's got the dark pick for the weapon.
Okay. Yeah, it's really hit or miss here. I mean, you most likely want to ban one of these two against Orbia. Against Kina, you probably want to ban this because of the revive. If you let light through on Kina, they heal like crazy, and the new wind skill gives them crazy immunity.
Oh, the first pick, Juno. That probably means he doesn't have that Galleon, I think, right? Safe to assume.
I mean, it's hit or miss. I mean, usually when you fight with Orbias, like, if somebody takes Galleon, you're going to see Juno Ariel. If you take Ariel, you're going to see Juno Galleon. If you take Juno, you're going to see Ariel Galleon. You know, that's usually how it goes. They're kind of like the 3 top picked units right now, I'd say.
Interesting picks. Huh. Man, I really feel like a fool though for missing out on that Basset event at the very beginning of the game.
Yeah, that was a one-time special, bro. You know what I mean?
Luckily, I just need to pull her one more time and then I'm done with her. For the A15.
Yeah, that was the one. I mean, the thing with that was not even about just the Bastet, is about getting so many extras.
Yeah.
That you can max out your Sekhmets, your Hathors, you know, if you're lucky enough, your Nephthys and Isis, things like that. That was the amazing part.
Oh yeah, there it is. All that.
Dude,
damage.
Garo, you see the fear? You see the Garo fear?
Yeah.
Garo's super oppressive with that fear now, man. That's what Garo's so good. That fear is nuts.
Damn, just literally takes him out of the fight too, huh?
Yeah, it runs you like always. It always runs you to like the weirdest places too. Like it never runs you like into like anywhere close. Like it's always feared away from your healers, away from your shielders. You're always feared in some funky direction. But he's really good.
I feel bad Global didn't get an Akmir event. Oh, which one's Akmir?
I mean, Wind Theo.
Oh, Wind Theo. Okay, yeah.
The thing with Destroy Runes is it's hard to give Global that event because that was a Thanksgiving event and it's not Thanksgiving. Maybe this Thanksgiving you guys will get it. Destroy Runes after the nerf, they're still really good, obviously, because Destroy in general is just really good. Obviously, it stacks a lot slower now because it was stacking pretty fast with the dots. But I think Destroy Runes would probably, if not use a nerf, I think they're going to get a nerf. I don't see like this Destroy thing lasting forever because it's, with certain units, it stacks super quickly. Yeah, I mean, whether you spend or not on the game, I'll always recommend, guys, you know, if you could swing it, like, you know, grab the battle passes, the arena pass or the regular summoner pass.
Yeah, I would. They're worth, especially if you're hungry for materials too.
Yeah, it's literally like so much value, you know, and unless you're one of the people that have that principle where it's like, I'm not spending on a game, I'm never spending on a game, then that's fine. I'm not going to argue that. If you're going to tell me that you can't afford a $10 pack, then my honest suggestion to you is skip breakfast one day. Because it is worth going hungry for 3 hours. You know what I mean? Just wake up a little later, you know, skip breakfast, you save $10, get a pass. Because like I said, unless you're one of the guys that are like, you know, I refuse to spend on a game, and I respect that, you know what I mean? That's fine. But if you not in that situation where you're like totally against wiping in a game, then that's for sure worth it. I mean, that's the one thing you're gonna have to like. If there's one thing as a must buy in the game, is the passes for sure as a must buy. It's just nobody else is jumping in. Anyone wants to see any runes, or I'll do a little bit of summons since we're getting close to the end here of the stream. Definitely, I'll do a couple summons. I don't have a lot of scrolls. I just did a summon stream. I will do another summon stream on my alt at some point, probably this weekend. And then next week I'll do another summon. And then next week I'll probably do a summon stream on the main again. So I don't have much scrolls left, but I'll summon a little bit for your entertainment.
AZN says he likes to have Chow or Skogul in the game.
From my understanding, the Chow people. My understanding, the Chow people are coming. Interesting.
Dang, now 5 on the first pull.
The one scroll, bro. That's a free one, by the way. That's your free summon of the day, guys. That was the free summon of the day.
All right, Pat. In your opinion, like, what monster would you want to see? Would you want to see something original or like something from Sky Arena coming into the game?
Because I played Sky Arena for all 9 of these years, I much prefer Sky Arena units coming to the game. Although there's certain ones I don't know how they would translate into this game, and then there's certain ones I never ever in my life want to see how they would translate into this game. Like Shizuka, for example.
Ooh.
I think Shizuka would be super insane in this game, so I don't think she should ever get here. Something like Perna that revives is pretty cool, but I don't know how the rest of them would translate. But yeah, like I said, there's certain units I never want to see in this game. And there's certain units, but if I had to pick brand new or something from Sky Arena, I'd pick something from Sky Arena.
Interesting. I'm seeing some interesting choices. Beast Riders, Erna, Shizuka, Ganit.
The only way I see Beast Riders working is they'd have to come back with like half their health destroyed or something like that when they're dismounted. Something like that would make it translate, but otherwise I don't see how it would translate properly.
When Perna comes, I'm quitting because I'm never going to get her.
Silverclaim, another long-time Sky Arena player / streamer, and now is a guildie of mine also in Chronicles.
Ooh, Druids would be a cool one too.
Druids would be interesting, but it'd be interesting to how to manipulate their skill changes, like their form swapping. I mean.
And if you guys haven't checked already, looks like Comp to a Shimmy did put up on the pin the stream survey for today, so feel free to fill that out, give us your feedback, and give us a lot of your suggestions on like what you'd like to see implemented into the game. That way we can send that up to the big boys, the devs up top, and they'll take it into consideration.
Yeah, guys, I'm going to be honest. I don't work for the company or anything, guys, but these surveys, I know personally that they are all read, every single one of them. So it is very important you guys fill out these surveys. And if you guys can't sit here and tell me that's from the first day you started playing this game until now, you haven't seen a lot of your suggestions or changes happen in the game already. So they do matter. Your voice does matter. Your voice does count. So guys, please, please fill out the survey. It's very important for streams going forward. And your feedback does get read. Believe me. I mean, even if it's something silly, it might get thrown away, but it was still read before it was thrown away. You know what I mean? Everyone gets checked for sure.
Dang, another one?
I need the last Veramos to 15 a.m.
Yeah, definitely fill that out too, because I mean, once you fill it out, who doesn't like free stuff too? I believe this week is if I could take a look at the survey. Is gold. Who doesn't like gold?
The survey.
I know all you guys are feeding for some gold, so fill that out, and even if you don't got a suggestion, get that free gold.
Listen, whatever the question is, just answer. Need more gold, please.
Honestly, I would even take that as a suggestion because I need that gold. I had like 3 mil 2 days ago, and that's gone now.
I did over all my runes on my alt, and I used 20 million gold in 2 days.
Oh, dude, that's so much.
20 million and almost 2 million skystones in 2 days. It's bad. It's bad out here, man.
We're hungry for that gold, man.
Got to get that gold, boys. Anything you see that gives gold, do it.
Not bad though. 2 nat 5s in your summon session so far?
Yeah, 2 nat 5s, not too bad. Definitely above average so far. We're just trying to get the Veramos banner done. Altar, rather, not banner.
Professions. Actually, that would be a good suggestion because I feel like professions, like if you're working on those, that for sure takes up a lot.
No, I agree. If you're not giving more gold, like some of the things that cost gold need to be reduced. Like, I mean, even if you skip that, I'll take a break from this for a second. But if you skip that, like, okay, let's say I want to, power up something right now. Like, I might be repaired, but let me see. Everything's in storage.
Even repairs cost so much too. Like, dang.
The repair, but even like this, right? I want to power this up, right? Look how much it costs to try it. This is not a this is a 7% success rate. It's going to cost me 120 of these brake pads, 8,000 sky stones, and 74k gold just to try. Like just that, I lost 74. And if I do it again, that's 150k already. So everything you guys did for that thing, for your survey, your 100k gold, couldn't even do that. Now it's going to cost me 100k gold, 84,000 sky stones just to repair this to try again at a 7% success rate. I mean, aside from crafting, just powering up your stuff is unbelievably expensive, And like I showed you guys with the crafting, like if I want to make a legend red gem, I need 60 of these that cost 5k each, but then this thing here costs that much. That's just one component of this, and then this is another component, right? That costs this much. And then this is the last component that costs this much just to get
so much, man.
This thing, you know what I mean? That still costs money to make. That only gets me to 1 out of 60 to make one of these. You know what I mean? So people say, "Oh, getting masters so tough." And when I got masters on both accounts, and when I was going for masters, I felt like it was the end of the world too, man. But after you finish masters and you start making the stuff post masters, you feel like masters was a joke. Post masters is where the sadness comes in, man. The true sadness settles in, bro. Masters to me right now, like, I don't feel bad for anybody doing masters. I feel bad for them afterwards.
Repairs need a pity. Enhanced shards are more rare than gold. Gold. Yep. I feel your pain, guys. Like I'm just.
Repair pity wouldn't be a bad idea. Like after you fail X amount of times, you're guaranteed a success. Because I've had some items that I've repaired, like maybe like 15 times before getting it to plus 12, 20 times even. So it's a little rough.
You need more pots.
More pots to smack for gold. That'll need the pots to hold more gold. Oh, what they should do, and a good suggestion is on top of more pots, but they should add more, because with the server merge and things like that, especially, they should add more treasure chests to the treasure chest events. They should add more trees and giant outcrops to those particular events. I think all that stuff is kind of important.
Hot springs
it gets really crowded.
Reduce gold cost.
Gold from Brawl is not a bad suggestion.
That's a pretty good one too, yeah.
That will actually inspire more people to queue Brawl. Like I said, a big part of, like you asked me earlier when we first started the stream, like what's my suggestion to new people? I think getting over the fear factor is a big one, And then until you get over that fear factor, you can't get the legwork and the practice in. And I think gold is a great motivator to get people to do it, because gold is so tight in this game that people will do anything for gold.
They'll even post fake links online in the chats.
Yeah, because like I said, when we queue RTA, like we'll sit in half. That's why, thank God it's not doing an RTA window the stream and things like that. And why RTA is never really a stream thing, because a come to a stream thing, is because any of the higher players, if we do RTA on stream, we're literally gonna get one game for the entire hour stream. Maybe 2 games. It's really bad.
Ooh, the Saurus is at least he's halfway through his masterclass. It's pretty good. Not too bad. Hopefully he's still got
one
gold
more
to
Nat
spare.
5. Come to us. Nate, hit the button, Nate. Nate, hit the button.
I believe. If you don't get it, you can blame Shimmy.
Shimmy, what'd you do? Shimmy hit the counter button. All right, fine. Nate's useless. Shimmy hit the button.
Everyone's selling XP pots for gold. See, that's how the struggle is.
Scrolliolios.
That's not too bad. Not too bad though. 2 nat 5s.
It's still above average. I mean, sort of.
At least better than me, that's for sure.
It wasn't bad for sure either way. Activated. Shimmy activated the button, guys, but it was my fault. I'm out of scrolls. So the button's open now, so somebody summon, you'll get something. You activated the button, I just ran out of scrolls, you know?
Yeah, I mean, other than that, do you have anything you want to tell everybody, Whycuz, before we head out?
First and foremost, thank you for being here. Thank you, Nate and the Come To Us guys, for throwing me on the stream. I appreciate you guys. Hopefully I was able to spread a little knowledge, spread a little fun today. Again, guys, hopefully I was able to motivate you guys to farm a little bit, farm harder, build your units, build your equipment, and hopefully to see you guys in the top ranks, sometime soon. And thank you, Nate, for every week throwing on these streams and
no problem.
Keeping the game relevant. You're doing a great job, and keep it up. And as for the other guys, thank you. And once again, most importantly, thank you everybody for watching. And hopefully you guys all stay motivated, keep playing, keep grinding, and I'll see you guys in the top of the ranks.
All right, everybody, have a good night, good afternoon, or good morning.